This is going to be 10 minutes about time. And when it's over, you might think that the time was about 10 minutes. Recycle. I watch her standing by the ocean, her face with that clarity that comes before the cares of the world have had the time to make her mistrustful. The sand tumbles from her hands and through her fingers, spilling like honey into the laughing water that laps frigidly at her ankles, numbing her senses. Time passes. She is not yet to know that the falling sand was formed from air the first amphibians breathed, that the water started life as particles in the sun blown in on the solar wind, and that the seaweed on the shore contains carbon from a dinosaur's sneeze. She asks me, what does recycle mean? And I tell her, sift the sand through your fingers again and watch with great care, for everything you need to know is there and here. Chance would be a fine thing. Roll the dice. Random number generation 2 through 12. What does the I Ching have to say about this decision? Spin the wheel. Watch where the needle points. Follow the instructions to the letter. Discover your fortune. Pick a card. Any card, and I will tell you with absolute certainty what it means in the tarot and what is foretold for you. Know your star sign, your birth date and time, maybe your mother's state of mind, and know your future, the astrologic kind. In Alexandria, there was a library with all the truths of the ancient world within. Geometry, algebra, metaphysics in hieroglyphics, before the fire or flood or earthquake or wanton destruction took it down. Maybe everything that is known was known before. Maybe every roll of the dice happened before. Maybe God does play dice with the universe, and maybe we have no control. And it's just a thought that the feelings we brought from the troubles we sought, from the knowledge we sought that we struggled and fought to learn from what we were taught had simply no sort of link to the sport that is what life ought to be about. You think life just happens to you, one thing after another, like time. But the reality is, it's there all the time, like a flowing river, and you just happen to it. Voice. I am the ancient law, devouring your neatness with inexorable inevitability, biting at your order and organization, crushing your careful constructions, gnawing at your natural solidity with rust and rot and decay. I am the reason you perceive time's arrow, the changing but not changing candle flame, the same but different river, age. For I am chaos, and always shall return to me and become mine. Rose Ina Amy was my mother. If sound really did hang in the air and continue its regular and routine vibration over and over again? Would it leave an imprint in inanimate things that I could read or hear? Like a pattern or a recording? If I could choose to replay one sound, it would be your voice. But I do not know where to find it now, after all this time. Okay, we'll see if there's a glitch. And it's a wormhole. Okay. Reference point. Your face is a clock dial that outlines the passage of time for those of us who watch you. Walking on the light line. I'm wandering along this light line, constrained, of course, like a bird in a cage, by the way the universe is built. Note to self. Find out why birds are ever caged, when they should fly free as thoughts to the furthest corners of the imagination, like the hummingbirds do. From here, I can see no further than where you are. Flex the light line, and I can see my future, your past, our destiny or shared tomorrows. Like a snake charmed from a basket will weave its dance of time to a minstrel's tune. Note to self. Research snake charmers and what they know of physics and the music of time. The light line contains and controls where I am, what I can see and do, and I am chained to it by disdain and hurt and fear and time. I will dance with you and the hummingbirds ere long, and then time will wait for my